Hello, guys. My name is Corey. If you're new here, and today I'm going to be telling you guys about my personal opinion on some things that I do differently if I was to do college all over again. The first thing, taking advantage of fully funded programs and also like partially funded, anything like that, any kind of program where they're willing to pay or spend any kind of dollar or anything like that on you, definitely take advantage of it. I feel I could have improved in my college days when it came to that. I only went to one fully funded travel experience and it was in Atlanta, Georgia, and I knew about it through a peer in the honors college and I definitely enjoyed myself. I learned a lot and it was a free event. Like literally they paid for you to go out there. They fed you, they gave you lodging, anything you could think of. They already gave it to you. But I do wish during my college days, I really wish that I would have taken advantage of more opportunities like this. I waited until the last minute to go on this kind of experience. And I feel from the moment I stepped in freshman year, I wish someone would have told me, "Hey, do this. Go out to that. Did you hear about this? Sign up for that." Like I wish I would have taken more advantage of that, especially as someone who loves to travel, okay? Okay, so the next topic is acknowledging the red flags and being cautious of who you call your friend, okay? And so this is definitely something that I had to learn the hard way as a college person, okay? So a lot of times I would think someone is my friend or think that we're really close, and it wasn't always the case. And for me back then, I definitely had kind of a hard head. Like if someone was waving a red flag in my face, I was definitely like I was looking the other way, like I didn't see it or I didn't notice or it just didn't matter for whatever reason. And this comes with relationship, friendship, all kinds of things. Like I just feel I could have done better, had more self-respect, protected my peace more. And like I said, it goes beyond just relationships. It friendships as well. You would think someone is your friend and not even necessarily that they have ill will or something like that towards you, but sometimes I felt that maybe I'll meet someone in class or meet someone at an event. We talk, we exchange information or we exchange like, "Hey, what's your name? What's your name?" Major, those basic kinds of questions. But then after that, it's like I didn't really understand, okay, like how can we continue to network? How can we continue to get to know one another? Or sometimes maybe if I've met them once and I see them the next day or something like that, sometimes we walk past and if I don't say anything, we just don't talk like we didn't just talk last week or we didn't just meet last week. So I would definitely say be cautious of that. I feel like I've always had trouble finding my group of people because I'm very sociable when I find my group. I'm not always sociable if I feel uncomfortable, but if I feel comfortable in the place that I'm in, or I feel like maybe we share some of the same morals and values, beliefs, different things like that, or we can just hold really good conversation, I would love to continue to keep it going. But I feel that that's something I would do differently is be cautious of those around me, be cautious of who's in my circle, and be cautious of who I'm letting in. Another thing is also cherishing the people that are really good for you, really positive for you. So I feel I would do that differently. I feel in particular there's just this one specific person that comes up every time I think of a good person that I met in college, and not that we talk every day because we don't after college, but this particular young lady definitely made an impact in my life. She's definitely inspired me in so many different ways, and I do feel I wish sometimes that we would have connected more. But the good thing about it is, again, we still talking. She's already graduated. I've already graduated. But we still communicate to this day. We still network if there's something maybe we can collaborate on or just pick each other's brain about. And I do feel I wish that even during the college days, maybe I would have checked in on her more often or just, "Hey, would you like to go grab a drink?" Something like that. Something as simple as that. Okay. The next thing I want to get into is getting second opinions on different things regarding your life. So, whether it's a test, whether it's college plans, whether it's life after college, classes, always get multiple opinions. Don't just go based off of one person all the time. So, for example, for me, coming in my freshman year, I was told, "Oh, you don't need that class, da 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 da." Psych, for example, I needed that class. So I ended up having to take summer classes to catch up and make sure that I'm where I need to be. And that's all because I took one person's opinion or what they said and I ran with it. And that wasn't even the case. And that goes like, it's not to shade anybody or anything like that. But sometimes maybe, people have a lot on their plate or they may just misspeak or something like that. And so in this particular case, it was an adult and they just told me the incorrect information. But by the grace of God, I was able to catch up, take my classes out of summer school, and they were actually very affordable for me. And so I just thank God for that. I won't take that for granted. But definitely getting multiple opinions. A lot of times when you're in college, everybody wants to give their input. They're always, hey, I've been through this, or this is what you're going to have to do, or something like that. And don't get me wrong, that's definitely, it's good to network with people, understand people's experiences, listen a lot, but also just know what you want, know what you're going for, know what you're capable of. Don't let nobody tell you what you can and can't do as far as like, oh, that's not an attainable goal. Because especially as an education major, you're literally gonna hear that a lot. Oh, why are you in that major? Oh, you're not gonna make any money. Like all kinds of crazy comments. I feel like this will happen in a lot of different majors, but definitely get multiple opinions and learn who you are in that time. This is that time to really understand who you are. You're away from your parents, you're away from your family. Um, this is different from high school. So understand who you are. What do you want? And what you want is what you need to go for. You talk about it, you take it up with the Lord. And if that's what you decide, this is what I want to do, this is what I'm going to do. Okay. Another thing I want to talk about is going out alone more. I feel like I can't stress this enough. If you ever watch my channel, maybe you watch the shorts, maybe you watch the video, I'm always talking about going out alone. To this day, I'm gonna be so honest with y'all. Sometimes I struggle with loneliness. Like, I'm in a phase of my life where I'm just experiencing a lot of different things, not necessarily bad things, but different changes in my life. So sometimes I struggle with loneliness. I struggle with, what should I do today? How should I spend my time today? I struggle with feeling guilty. I struggle like just feeling that guilt of, did I spend enough time with the Lord? And or sometimes if I feel lonely or feel bored, I feel guilty because I'm like, well, God gave me all of these things. I have a roof over my head. I have food, all of these things. Why do I feel this way? So I struggle with these things, but I can never stress enough how important it is to always find time for yourself, whether you're going out alone, whether you're staying inside and just chilling, just you. It's okay to go out alone. And that's one of the things that I definitely could have done more of in my college days. Now, granted, I'm not saying, oh, let me go take a walk at 12 a.m. Like, no, definitely safety comes first, especially as a female. It's important to be vigilant, really, all genders. But, I was raised like, don't do things alone at night or just certain environments and things like that. Definitely understandable. But at the same time, like if it's safe, go out, go to that restaurant by yourself, go to that museum by yourself, take a walk, it can be free. Do things alone. I definitely wish I would have spent more time alone versus always wanting someone to come in and fill that time for me. And also being alone, I'm going to tell you guys this, having that time to myself, sometimes it hurt because it made me realize, like, okay, I'm sitting in silence. There's no one here to occupy me, but it made me realize this is what I need to work on. This is what I need to get better on. I was more in tune with my feelings. This is how I'm feeling. This is maybe why. I was more in tune with the Lord and building my relationship with Him once I had a little bit of distance. And it's not to say, let me cut off all these people and da 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 da. But as everyone is finding their pathways in life, definitely take time for yourself as well. But again, also cherish the relationships and those people who are there for you, because never don't take those people for granted. Okay, another thing. This is just a personal one for me, but I'll definitely say I would have never seen myself saying this like 4 years ago, but here we are. More public speaking events. One of the things that I love to do, surprisingly, is public speaking. I like getting in front of people and talking. And yes, I get nervous. I get scared. I get anxiety. I get all of these different things, all of these different normal emotions that come to me right before I get up and speak to somebody. But at the end of the day, I feel like the Lord has blessed me with the gift of being able to speak out loud and speak publicly and clearly and get my point across when I need to. Now, at the beginning of college, would I say I came into college with this gift? No. But I had a great speech class, and I would say I practiced, and I practiced. I practiced about like 15 to 20 times on a speech. So even the first day, my freshman speech class that we had to take, I had to be the first person to get up there and speak. And I knew I didn't want to get up there any kind of way, so I got up there and I did what I needed to do. And I remember even my professor gave me a compliment. He was proud of me and I was proud of myself. And as that class went on, I kept doing really well, excelling in that class. And then I started to join a volunteer organization where sometimes I would probably talk to the youth, not necessarily like a speech, but maybe they'd ask me, like, hey, how'd you grow to be this kind of person or do this or feel that way? And so I kind of developed my skills even more. I also do content. So you can't really be camera shy. You got to be able to be okay with getting out there and putting yourself out there. So I've also went to like some like that Atlanta trip that I went to, all kinds of different things. And I would definitely say I love public speaking. Like I really do. Now, if somebody see this video and they're like, "Hey, I need you to go speak to 10,000 people tomorrow." Huh? like I'd have to, it definitely, I'm not perfect when it comes to speaking. I say a lot of ums, I say a lot of likes, all kinds of normal human things, but it's something that I won't back down from. I genuinely enjoy challenging myself in those ways. And the crazy thing is you never know it. Like if you had a class with me, typically I'm quiet. I don't really talk much. I'm very observant. Unless maybe like my best friend is in the class, then I'm running my mouth. But if I don't really know you like that, I probably won't talk all the time. It just kind of depends. But public speaking. And also with public speaking, the reason I say I wish I would have done more of this is because it allowed me to step out of my comfort zone. So it made me challenge myself and realize, like, okay, me thinking I can't do something is definitely not the case because I can, I will, and I did. Like, literally. Okay, and the last thing I'm gonna touch on is dress the part. Okay, and what do I mean by this? So, what I mean by this is coming to campus freshman year, honestly, I would say I had like a few classes, and I remember this one time I wore like some Nike shorts. I think I wore like a hoodie or maybe a regular shirt, I don't know. And then I wore some slides to class. And when I went to class, it was just a basic class. Like it wasn't for my major. I didn't like I needed it, but it wasn't like the main concentration for me. So I didn't really take it that seriously. I would go to class. I think at some point like I even stopped going to class. Let's not talk about that. But I got home and I was like, I'm never doing that again. Something in my spirit told me, don't ever wear slides to class again. Never do that again. This is college. Like, and again, let me just disclaimer, this is just my personal opinion. If you feel like you want to wear slides, pajamas to class, do you? Me personally, I felt if I could go back in time with college, I would definitely up my dressing skills. And that's not to say I'm going to throw on a romper or a business suit to go to class every day. No, but I would definitely look a lot more presentable if that means wearing a certain kind of pants or not necessarily wearing like athletic shorts, even if it's just a freshman class that you don't even really need. Definitely dress the way you want to be taken because you never know who you're going to meet when you're out on walking the campus or anything like that. So you definitely want to dress the way you want people to see you and the way you want them to take you. And I feel like this matters. And so by senior year, I would say I definitely cleaned up my look. Like I matured, I learned. Okay. So don't come to class looking any kind of way because this is not high school anymore. It's college. This is This is you building a life for yourself. You could be networking. That person in your class could be somebody down the line that you, hey, we know each other. Let's exchange business for business. You never know who you're talking to and who you have in your life. So I just really feel like it's important to dress the part. And again, I'm not saying deck yourself down in a suit and some 6-inch heels. I didn't even do that. Like, I didn't even wear no businessy clothes unless I had to. One, I didn't even have that much at the time because I didn't realize how important they were. But two, is because come on now, like you don't have to. If you want to, go ahead, do your thing. But just look presentable, okay? Especially because senior year, people are looking at like, okay, how's this person acting? How are they behaving? How do they represent themselves? You never know who could be giving you a job. Like, especially those professors, they be knowing people. And if they see that you're showing up to class, slides, um, unironed clothing, hair is maybe not kind of made up in a presentable way, those kinds of things, in my personal opinion, matter. Anyways, that's it for this video. I just wanted to come and give a few tips on things I'd do differently if I was to go back to college. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm trying to kind of do a little bit more sit downs. As you can see, it's supposed to give like a cozy vibe. But yeah, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you guys think of this video, and we out.